All right, you guys. So now we are going to start in on the second card. So the second card I have pre-stamped, and it says, keep swimming, which I thought was ideal, you know, kind of ideal for this time, but also like perfect for kind of, you know, this card. It just kind of all tied in. So we're going to start out with the brighter blue of the two pieces of paper here. So the brighter blue one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the whole thing out in kind of a wave. Okay, so this is going to be also another koi pond themed card. So I'm going to actually want this to be a little bit more oblong like this. Okay, so this is going to be kind of pond shaped, all right? So once you kind of get your pond, then you're going to glue it onto the lighter blue, okay? Now, normally when I do a layering card, I usually do the brighter color as the layering piece so that it pulls the color in. But in this case, I actually want this to be a little bit more subtle. And I'm actually going to cut the brighter, or the lighter blue, sorry, a little bit wide in some areas so that it kind of makes it look a little bit more like a pond. And that it's a little bit more, it's just a little bit more interesting. And then it's not, you know, exactly matchy and perfect. I want it to kind of be kind of like it's kind of a pond and kind of flowing, okay? So I did that on purpose, all right? I don't know if you guys can see that, but I did that on purpose where it's kind of a little bit wonky and doesn't match up exactly. So, because this one is really close to the edge right here, it kind of was an accident, I'm actually going to make that more purposeful by getting very close in another area too, on the opposite side, and that makes it look like, oh yeah, I did that on purpose. My little trick. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and glue that down on the front of the card here. Okay. All right, and now we're going to go, oh, well, that's okay. There's something else I was going to do on the other card, but we'll do it on this card. Okay, so now you have your little ribbons here, and we have our little, more of our little lily pads. So, all right. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and we're going to glue on our little lily pads. Okay. Now, I wanted there to be, oops, where did this go? There they are. All right, so for the lily pads, again, I'm going to cut my little slices out. I'm just going to do little single slices on this guy. La la la, slicey slice. Little quick slices. So those are going to kind of go around in here. Okay. Oh, got another one. Oh, I'm not going to do all the same color on one side, obviously. All right. Now, you have these little metallic pieces here. So I gave you those so that you can go ahead and you can use, if you have a hole punch, you can go through and you can punch some of your little metallic holes out of the mirror card paper there. And if you have a little hole punch as well, you can do the same thing with the little hole punch. So in that way you kind of get two different sizes of circles, and those are going to be your bubbles. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use my glue here. So I'm going to go ahead and glue my, and I'm actually going to make this kind of fun. I'm going to purposefully kind of set some of my little lily pads kind of off the edge of the pond, because it's going to be kind of wonky kind of anyway. I think that's kind of sweet. Oops. All right. Okay, and then you're going to go ahead and glue the little bubbles in place here, and you can kind of glue as many bubbles as you would like. Okay. Do this guy here. I usually just ideally usually just lick my finger and then I can just stick one of those little guys on. But they do have to be facing the right way up in order to get them to stick on to my finger. There we go. All right. Okay. Oh, last one. Oh, so cute. All right, so that's what we have thus far. Isn't that fun? Okay, so now I wanted, so we can go ahead and we can start cutting out more of our little koi fish. Okay, so remember, and now this time we're going to do them very small. So we're just going to cut out some of these kind of wonky little shapes here. Kind of a larger point for their head. And then of course they kind of fade out into nothing. Oops. Kind of like a wonky kind of teardrop kind of a shape kind of a thing. Alright, or a fish with no fins rather, I guess is really what it is. Alright, and I'm going to make 3 of those. Okay, and then of course to make the fins, I'm just going to go ahead and fold. Oh, actually, I'm not going to fold that all in half. Like this. Alright, and this guy actually does need to be quite a bit smaller here. Okay, so for this little guy here, we're going to go ahead and glue his little fins on. And sometimes gluing them on one side and then flipping them over, you find that you like the look of that better. And then of course we're going to do some larger tail fins here. So you can kind of take your time kind of building and kind of decorating your little koi fish. Now, you're welcome to, of course, go back in and use your little red scraps. I did not really plan, I did not give you a bunch of extra red to do a bunch of extra little tails or extra little red accents and things, but of course you guys might be able to get creative. I want this guy to just match up just a little bit better here. All right. So I'm just going to make one koi with you guys, and then I'll go back in and I'll add the other ones. You guys can kind of see what I decided to do. So I think I want him to kind of flip over. Alright, so with each of your koi fish, you're going to go back in and you're going to use your pen to add tiny little accents. The little scales on the little fish, and the little eyes, and then of course the little nose. And the little
nose is just the 2 little dots. And then for the fins, I usually do the series of little lines. Okay.
All right, so it should look something like this.
Okay. So you have your little scales and your little lines, and then we have the little eyes and the 2 little dots for the nose at the tip.
Okay, so you can go in and you can add your little koi fish in. And I think that I'm going to add, I'm definitely going to add in just a little bit more red, just because I think he needs it. But I'm not going to do it with a paper, I'm going to do it with a marker.
I'm going to add just a tiny touch of red along his stomach here and along his little fins. Because I think just a touch of red is really going to set that off. And a little bit on his nose, a little bit.
Okay, there we go. He's looking cool. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to add that guy in next. All right, and I think that I am going to go ahead and make a couple more. I'm going to take a little bit more of my time here when I add in the rest of my little guys. So I don't know how long they're going to be. And if you happen to have a white gel pen, that is something else you could go back in and add some extra little accents and things too, because a white gel pen can kind of add some of those kind of koi kind of colors if you're looking for really specific kind of koi colors. Okay. Oh, I'm going to have to trim his little tail, his tail feathers, his tail fins. His little tail fins are just a little bit too long. Okay, all right. Now, the other thing that you can also add in is, is his little, up against the edge of the nose of the koi fish are the little kind of curly cues too.
So I'm going to finish this, making this little guy first, and then we'll go in and paste those down and finish it up.
Okay, and just like on the other one, I'm going to add a little bit of red, but I think I'm also going to go in and add just a touch of white on this one too.
And I'm adding a little bit more red in the middle of that one. All right. Got my white gel pen here. I have no idea what the official markings are of koi fish, so I'm just adding some red and white kind of all in here because I'm hoping that when you see it, you're like, oh yeah, that's koi, and you're not going to question that the colors are probably wrong. Because I did not research koi fish before I started this project. I just wanted to create something that's kind of koi-esque. So I'm kind of going around the top and the bottom of my red pen with the white gel pen.
All right, and now we're going to go ahead and paste our little koi fish in place. And then you can go ahead also, and we're going to add a little bit of ribbon along the edge. I want my little kois to kind of be going like this, kind of back and forth here. And of course you can add in your third koi here, or on the inside you can add a little third koi there, which is actually where I think I'm going to add him in. Now I wasn't going to do this one on camera, but I decided that I'm going to, because I do want to finish. I think I want to finish off the full card now, rather than do more after. Okay. I think my little fins may be a bit more wavy.
For the tail.
Alright, and then the fins. And the fin on this side. Alright. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and
Add the little scales. And the eyes and the little nose and the stripes for the fins. Alright, and then up here I'm going to add the little, I don't even know when you call those on koi fish, the little feelers? Or the little whiskers? I don't really even know what you want to call those. Okay, I'm going to have a little bit of red here on this guy. And a little bit of white. And then we'll add that guy inside.
Okay. So along the keep swimming, oh, which I think is really sweet. So we have the keep swimming inside, and then we have little kois on the outside. Okay, and now to finish off the card, I'm going to go ahead and I have my 2 little ribbons here. And I have the pink and the orange, and we're just going to tie that around, and we're just going to tie this around the side. And if you don't have someone to hold that in place for you, just pull it tight, and then kind of twist it. So it kind of holds that knot in place for you, and you just tie a little bow. And there we have it. There's our fun little card. Now I'm going to go back in and add just a few more little dot groupings in here because I feel like it's needed. Even though we do have the little bubbles, I just think it makes a little bit more sense. Just have a little bit more texture in there. All right. And I think that will do it. Then we'll trim these down a little bit because those are driving me crazy. Though they do kind of match the style of the little kois, which is kind of fun. Alright, I'm going to pull these apart. Oh, come on. There we go. Alright, and there we have it. There's your Just Keep Swimming card. Beautiful. Alright, you guys, those are today's 2 for $10 craft kits. Have a fun rest of your day. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.